Okay, so this is a long one. About a year ago, I decided to remake Pac-Man as part of a larger project that ultimately ended up getting scrapped. But from making this 3D prototype in Godot, I ended up learning about pathing nodes, which solved a few problems in the original 2D GameMaker prototype. So I cleaned up the method and rebuilt the whole thing in under an hour and a half. Okay, so yeah, this one is really long. There are a lot of small moving parts, and since this was originally built as part of a personal learning exercise, it was important that it was close to the original while still allowing room for flexibility. So I took my time with this one, and you should too. Sit back, grab a coffee, and really quickly, if you're into game dev or speedrun style content, please consider giving this a like and sub. It really helps the channel out a lot. Okay, with all of that out of the way, this is how to make a Pac-Man style game in under an hour and a half, and some change. Okay, here we go. We're gonna open up GameMaker, select new game, blank game, and I'll start the time as soon as I click let's go. Let's come into our rooms and change our size to, I believe, 1000 by 1200. And then for the background here, we're going to import a sprite. This is a sprite you can pick up from Ko-Fi. I will have that uploaded. I know they pronounce it coffee, but I pronounce it Ko-Fi. If they didn't want me to pronounce it like that, they shouldn't spell it like that. Okay, so here in our background, we're going to set the sprite to that BG 1A. I'm just going to call it BG. That's what it's going to be in the Ko-Fi. Okay, so we'll see here. We can open this up. And setting that as our background gives us this. If we set our grids to 25 by 25, we'll see it now aligns with the image, because that's how I made the image. Okay. So let's come in here and let's start with making our Pac-Man. I'm gonna call this sprite player, change its size to 50 by 50. Come in here to edit image, choose our yellow, and I'm just gonna come in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, select the closed ellipse tool, this one right here, filled ellipse tool, and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drag down, do the same thing from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little small, but I'm sure it's fine. Just gonna copy and paste that for now. Let's see, I do kind of want to give it an eye. I know that's not normal and it kind of messes stuff up later, but why not, you know? It looks fun. Let's do the opposite. Let's do big up top. Just a little one on bottom. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we can delete this. Now we got to make this guy eat, right? So let's get out, say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come in here and just take the eraser tool, and we're just gonna make this kind of crude. You know, we're just having fun. So, what, like a little? Okay, I'm gonna take a bigger brush and do like a little bit more, a little bit more, and a lot of it. Let's see. Let's come back to our workspace. Yeah, that's fine. So copy, paste every other one except the first and the last, right? So we'll see these are all doubled up. Now we're just going to start from the last, drag one out, drag, and drag. So now the animation goes like this. Okay, and it'll return to the start. You get the idea. Just want to make sure I have everything. Okay, so let's make a few more sprites. We're going to do sprite gate. Just make sure I'm recording. Okay. Sprite gate is 50 by 50 as well. Okay. Edit image. We're going to come in here with our magenta, and I'm just going to select this and drop the alpha like halfway. Fill that. Okay. So you can still see the background in it. That'll just make it a little bit easier later. We're going to end up dropping the alpha out of the object completely. Okay. I just have to double check my notes. This is a really long one, and I want to make sure we do it all. Speaking of, let's come back and just make sure we set all of our sprites, except for the background, to middle center. Middle center. That'll save us a headache later on. So we're going to edit this image. Come in here with a green. Do the same thing where we bring it down. And then here, we're going to duplicate. So change this to sprite node T. Edit image, get the line tool, and a magenta. Take like maybe the third brush. Yeah, that's fine. And then just draw a line straight across it, right? So like a T, these three sides, 1, 2, 3, left, right, and down, are movable, right? This pink represents like a border. That's what I'm trying to say. So same thing, we're going to duplicate sprite node cross again and do L, sprite node L. And then this one, this middle center, okay. This might look a little backwards, but instead of making an L this way, we're doing the magenta represents the walls, right? So it's going to be like an opposite L. So it's like this side and this side forming the L are open, we'll say for now. Just a few more. We're also going to need a sprite pellet. This is like, the little pellets that you pick up and eat. Again, middle center. And just fill this with a white. We're going to do the same thing, create sprite. Sprite power up. And this one is 20 by 20. Middle center, edit image. Oh, whoops. This one is a circle. So starting at the top corner, and I'm holding down shift as I drag, by the way, to make that circle. And yeah, just starting at the top corner, going to the bottom corner. I don't even think I need to hold down shift, right? Just start at the top corner, go to the bottom corner. Yeah. Okay. Easy. Now for this one. There's... So just like this with a yellow circle and tentacles. Sorry, there's landscapers right outside. So we're going to take this, duplicate, sprite ghost eyes, come in here to the eyes, and we're going to erase everything around the eyes. Okay, that landscaping was really loud. I hope that wasn't too terrible. And it's still going. Then we're just going to make the colors for this. It's red, pink, blue, orange. Let's do a darker orange. And a light blue. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start with the object controller and just set some globals. Okay, yeah, we'll be using these in different places throughout and doing some fun animation stuff using the timer. So we're just going to make that a global. We don't have a lot of globals, so it's not too bad. Yeah, just a slight delay on when. And for ghosts, we're going to make a struct. Struct isn't really necessary in this case, and in fact, it makes it a little bit longer. But I never really get to use them, so might as well, right? So this is just an easy way. We don't have this built yet, do we? That'll be fine for now. I don't think I use this at all, but oh well. It's fine for now. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So just make sure you have your syntax right. Open brackets, and then for each of the sub things, colon, open brackets, comma, colon, open brackets, comma, and yeah. And the sort of AI that we're going to have on the ghosts, just the simple AI, is either tracking or random. So it's either tracking the player moving towards the player, or it's just kind of randomly going back and forth. And we'll be adding these later so we can come back and see, yeah, if we mess these up. And then I'm going to add, I don't really do this very often, but I'm going to put in the game start event. Normally, I just feel if you need this kind of game start code, you're probably going to want to put that in an initializer object in a start room. That way you can recall it. Just having something like this that only happens once on game start that you don't have direct control over, I don't. And like where it's being used in multiple rooms, I feel weird about it. Okay, so we're going to create those nodes, right? Let's start with T because it's the easiest for me to wrap my head around. And we'll assign it the sprite node T. So I'm going to set this to 1 for now, just so we can kind of see what's going on. I just want to make sure I have this right. Up, left, down. So we're going to add these to the room, right? We're going to take these and drag them in, but they don't always line up correctly. So where's a place where it does? I can't even find one. Let's see, because these would be L's. this right here, right? When I do that, it changes the image angle. So what we're going to do is record the image angle and create an array, which I'll do in a second. Create an array which stores whether or not the object passing through a player or a ghost can move up, left, down, or right. And then we'll rotate this array depending on the image angle. So if it's like, image angle divided by 90 plus 1, then we move. The traffic is so loud today that we move everything over by that amount, right? It's pretty nifty. Yeah, we're going to use the shift index to move around and decide, can the player or ghost pass through each of these ways? And it might seem a little convoluted, or like there could be an easier way to do that. And it's true, there is an easier way to do that. You could store all of the movable positions in an array, track the player, which 25 they're close to, which point in the grid they're closest to, and then kind of lock them that way. But this is fun. This is more fun to make, right? Than just like writing out a bunch of code. We're actually going to build the room and rotate the nodes correctly. And it'll probably take about the same amount of time, so whatever. This is just because sometimes when you rotate things in GameMaker, it's not always consistent with the image angle that it gives you. So this is just an attempt to kind of normalize that. And yeah, okay. Whoops. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I don't type it anywhere. Okay, perfect. Var index. Var index equals 0 minus shift index, right? If index is greater than or equal to 0. Now, why is this so convoluted? Movement R. Don't know why that's wrapped into. Same kind of deal. This is just an attempt to kind of normalize. I couldn't figure out how to shift the arrays so that one would end up over here. So that's kind of a long written way of doing that. Then yeah, we just change out. Is that right? Okay. And yeah, this doesn't have to be var. This will be 1. And this is can move left. So I'm just going to write here. Let's make this a little easier. Nope, this is up. Up. Left. Down. Down. And okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's just double check this. Yeah, and this is just like the positions that they are originally, minus by the shift index. Okay. I should probably double check this one more time. Can't move down, can't move down. Okay, yeah, looks good. Okay, perfect. So we just need to duplicate these now. L, right? And L is the same thing, except here in this movement array, it's, what is it? 0, 1, 1, 0. Those are the two. It's, you can't move up, you can move left and down, but you can't move right. So that's represented by that. And then we're going to do the same, whoops. Duplicate. Object node cross. And object node cross is open on all sides. One thing I forgot, we just want to make sure we change. This is why we set up all of these sprites and objects, right? To give us an easier time when we're building it out. So now I can do, say this, then I turn this right to there. Whoops. And we'll be doing this a little later just to kind of build this whole thing out. It won't take too long. And yeah, we just have to cover, make sure every area that can be moved. This is sort of the alternative to building, like here, this can move, right? You see the boundary is up against where it can't move. I think that's right. Let's go ahead and test, just make sure everything so far is not erroring. Okay, yeah. This is looking about right so far. Yeah, really quickly, let's just make a few other kind of throwaway stuff before we move into the heavy coding, heavy scripting. So let's create an object pellet with sprite pellet, create depth equals 7. So that's it on object pellet. And we can just leave that. Create object power up, sprite equals sprite power up, create same thing, depth equals 7, and we can leave that alone. And move on to one of the two hardest objects in the entire game. This will be object player, and in the create event, buckle up. So first we have the depth equal to 3. We have an image speed equals 0.8, which, yeah, it's 0.8 in my notes. I think I want to change it down a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of an enum. Something I learned the last time I built this, like a year ago, was it's just easier to track the position, moving horizontal and moving vertical. We're going to have a tolerance of 2. The tolerance has to be higher than the global.move speed, right? And that's just to ensure that the player actually interacts with objects that they're passing by. We're going to have a restart timer and a shrink size. And that's it. Okay. So now we're going to use a series of collision rectangles, which will return node, what is this, hitting T? So in these, we set up whether or not you can move left, right, whatever. So when the player passes through, we want to ask, which one of those are you touching? And this is how we'll figure that out. And then we're going to set it to a variable, right? This variable node that we set to no one. And that way we can kind of ask if node, and that encompasses all of these. Well, what don't you like? Okay. And then, yeah, if you're not hitting any node, then you're no one. You're no one to me. No, you know. Okay, so our first switch statement. The second one will be a nested switch statement, so that's fun. We're using multiple enums. Oops, wrong thing. Okay. See, so moving horiz equals true, moving vert equals false. I have a hair in my nose. X minus equals global dot move speed. Of course it does. Image angle equals 0. Image x scale equals -1. And then this part. Okay. If node is greater than so we're just saying, if it's in between the small x and y, the origin of these two. If x is less than node.x minus TL, and if it's greater than, and x is less than node.x plus TL, and that's saying, and if you're hitting a node, if you're hitting the node and you're moving the left, and the node says can't move left, then you can't move left. You can't move left. Can't be done. And then the same thing for right. We're going to leave these up here. X plus equals global dot move speed, image angle equals 0, image x scale equals 1. If node, all of that stays. Yep. So we just copied and pasted, changed this over. But this one will have a few changes. This is moving left, so y minus equals global dot move speed. Moving horiz is false. Moving vert is true. Yeah, we keep going. Where is it? Yeah. Let's change all these to y. Oh, I forgot. Okay, well, good thing I finally saw that. This is moving left. This is moving right. This is moving left. This is moving up. Moving vert equals true. Y minus equals image angle equals 90. image X scale equals 1, then yeah, Y can move up. Oh, and this Y equals no dot Y, it's just to center it, right? Just to like lock it back on the rails. Down, moving vert equals true, Y plus equals image angle 90, image X scale, I guess. I tried to make it so the eyes moved around in a way that made sense. I totally get why Pac-Man doesn't have eyes. You'll see. Yep, and then... Oh, guess we don't have to. So on player state.stopped, just always want to make sure we're hitting that node. If not, it'll error, right? Because it's trying to figure out the X value on no one, on something that doesn't exist. Okay, this is where we do a little hit animation. So, this always worked out for me in testing. But yeah, ideally this image X scale -1, and then changing the image X scale here to try to like shrink it for an animation. Those two things should not go together normally, but in testing it worked. So, but if it doesn't work for you, yeah. Reset the points and restart the room. Okay. So now this is the movement, right? But we don't have any input. So first, kind of want to cordon off. Whoops. Probably would have been a better name for it, but whatever. And yeah, just and node. So now this is the opposite, right? We're saying if you reach a node and you can move, then you're not going to stop. You're going to move in that direction. Just double checking. Node dot can move left. Okay, because ideally should be able to take this, copy it, say right, player state moving right. Right, I just want to be clear, the signs are Y on here and X on the other one. It's a little backwards each time because of like where you're checking on the grid. I don't know, that just like confused me when I was doing it. I thought I was doing X, but I should be doing Y. Like here up and down is X, right? Yeah. And in testing the run for this, changing these signs is where I messed up. Also here, I did this again. Move right, node.cam move up. X, 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 okay. One more. VK. Reminds me of that NES move, the PK Fire and PK Thunder from Nintendo. From the Nintendo. That was it. That's all I'm gonna say. From the Nintendo. Okay. Just a small animation thing. That'll stop when he runs into the wall. Okay. This will just quickly wrap. Okay, and we're almost done with the intense programming. Just doing the opposite, right? If x is less than -10, x equals room width plus 10. If x is greater than room width plus 10, x equals -10. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and set these up too while we're here. Collision with object pellet is global.points plus plus, instance destroy other, and then where is it? Collision objects object power up. Global.powered up equals true. Global dot so easy. Okay, yeah, just the powering up and all of that. Yeah, and then destroy the instance. Okay. Are we ready to start dropping stuff into rooms? Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be surprised if there wasn't an error. Okay. I see. So just a few small syntax errors. This is collision rectangle, not collision rectangles. I knew that. I don't. It's a small typo. Global.move speed not set. Did I name this wrong? Oh boy, I forgot to drop the controller object in the room. Okay, let's throw that in, and we can try moving it up to the start, see if that works. And it does. Oh. Okay, let's just do this really quickly. Create object, object ghost, sprite is sprite ghost. We're just gonna write the enums really quick, and this. So it's erroring because I haven't written out this part. No, not that. I want one called random. What's your deal with this? Thank you. Okay, this is a lot, but we have boxed. Moving to path. Choosing path. Moving left. Moving right. Moving up. Moving down. Back to start. Back to reality. And while we're here, let's just say ghost type equals ghost type dot null. I'm guessing ghost state is boxed. Okay, and perfect. So it looks like they're working. I just didn't set these up right. So yeah, I seem to stop. Oh. Okay, let's go back and make sure these are correct before we start troubleshooting. This needs to be here. This needs to be here. That's not right. What am I doing? This needs to be here. This needs to be here. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's a problem moving down. Most likely a typo. Yeah, moving down seems messed up, so moving true. Yeah. In testing, that's often where the error was. Can still move up when you're not supposed to. So that would be here. These are moving vert, not horiz. Yeah, because we didn't put those there, right? Okay, looking really solid so far. Let's go ahead and build out this board. That'll give us a little bit of a break too. So yeah, I'm just looking for any nodes, right? Any areas where the Pac-Man will have to pass through. And again, like, couldn't we have done this in a way that's not so laborious? Absolutely, but it wouldn't have been as much fun. This is taking a while though, so I will try to pick it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, I just had to check. I have not checked my my chat in a while. But that's okay. And yeah, just sort of looking at it, right? Eyeballing. Like here you need to be blocked down. And I'm looking for the intersections, right? Any place Like here. I can see there's one there, here. I think that's about it for the top. Just want to make sure. Feels like I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I am. There's one right here, right? There we go. And yeah, we're almost done. This is a 4-way, so is this. There's nothing else in between there, right? Okay, this one too. Which means so is this one. And yeah, just gotta do the underside. And then setting the pellets down will be much easier. There's a lot of tight corners in here, so I just want to make sure that we're getting all of them. Let's do one there. So close to being done. I think all we have left is the ghost. So yeah, I was hoping to finish this under an hour. I don't think this one's gonna make it. Yeah, it's pretty intense. And again, just trying to have fun, you know? I'm just trying to have fun. You are allowed to have as much fun as you would like. Okay. So close here. So many nodes. So much time. And then, yeah, I can see, like, I'm just kind of looking as I'm doing this for ones that I'm possibly missing. Did my... What happened? Okay. See, pause while I restart GameMaker. Restart the time. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just GameMaker being weird. Probably also not loving, this. But I am. And we're about to make it a lot worse. So let's just go ahead and double check. Any place that looks like it has a meeting point is, yeah, that looks pretty covered. Okay, looks good. Okay, now with object pellet selected, I am going to hold down Alt and just go nuts. Not that nuts. So just dragging them across, dragging them down, and I'm just holding down Alt the whole time. And it is just making all of these instances. And again, yeah, we could have done this programmatically. It wouldn't have been that easy because we don't have actual borders up. So, but we could have like counted the spaces. But how much more fun is this? Just holding down Alt and dragging all these little pellets into place. Also, yes, I know this isn't exactly Pac-Man standards. That's the point too. I'm just doing things kind of outside of the box. No, I don't know. Just going from memory and having fun. I keep saying having fun, like Like my palms aren't sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Okay. Almost done with this. And yeah, I might miss some. I don't think that's super important right now. Yeah, I don't think I'll be finishing it in 10 minutes, but pretty close. I wondered about making this one a two-parter, but unnecessary, really. It's not like you're getting mid-ad rolls. Mid, something. Some kind of ad roll. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Just so easy. And then our power-ups are like, I think here, here. Just dragging those power-ups. And I think like here and here. Perfect. And this is annoying, but let's go ahead and change all of these to 0. So when we test now, we should have everything but the ghosts. Yep. Look at that. Okay, I gotta clean this up a bit. Let's see. There's an extra one over here. That's pretty messy. I'm missing one here and here. And then, yeah, we should test ideally the whole thing, but, you know, no time for that. Look at that, 50 minutes and we already have this much. Now we just have to finish the ghost, and while I do this, let's first create... Let me just make sure I have everything. Okay, we have a few things to make first. Object gate is sprite gate. Image alpha equals 0. Come into our room. Yep, okay. Create object. Object ghost node. Sprite ghost. Image speed equals 0. Image alpha equals 0. And I didn't have to do it this way, but again, just looks nice, you know, the screen having the ghost and all of that in there. Okay. Object ghost eyes. That's right. Depth equals 5. And then, yeah, onto this thing. Okay. So we have got our enum set, our type, and our state. We're going to make this easier on ourselves. We're going to set up an opposite direction variable. And that's in case it can't find a direction to choose, it just goes back in the direction it came from. There are other ways we could track that, but that just seemed like the easiest. Yep, I'm just gonna make a pair of eyes. And then, let me see, yeah, this is a little similar but different enough. I'm not gonna copy and paste it. Are you mad at me for something? No, okay. And I can say like choose, true, false. Oh yeah, by the way, when I set these up in object node L and all of that, this array 0, 1, 1, 0, it's also saying false, true, true, false, right? And I'm going to do that here where I say choose true, false, but I could just as easily say choose 0 or 1. I think almost all Booleans, almost all languages, like default Booleans. Oh my god, this is so hard for me to say. Okay. I think all languages default Booleans to 0 and 1 because that's just the way computers work. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Yeah, we're setting an origin so that when they leave and come back, and then we're also making the movement R again because we're just going to copy and paste some of that code. We have to set up a small delay, and the delay should be the same size as the same size or bigger than the tolerance, and that's just to make sure that it's past the tolerance so it's not like stuck back to the same node, so it doesn't get stuck to the node. It's able to kind of release from it by escaping its tolerance. And yeah, I couldn't figure out I couldn't find a good like time for them to stay boxed up that I liked, so I just made it random. Times negative? No, just 0.75. Negative would make it bigger. Okay. Yeah, just some things. Make the move speed a little smaller because they're tracking the player, and there's 2 of them tracking, then it would be like impossible. Okay. First thing right up top, make sure those eyes stay locked. I love doing this kind of stuff. This is something I would do in my day job. This kind of thing right here, making an animation, a flashing animation by taking a timer and dividing it by a number. And then like if the percentage of that is divisible by 2, doesn't have a remainder. That's what this means. I'm pretty sure this is like the percent sign in like everything else. Yeah, I'm not really great at math or anything. I've just been doing game dev and programming in general. And usually as it relates to my job as a front-end web dev, although lately I've been doing data management. Why am I talking about this? Okay. So we're actually going to we're using a lot of the same logic from this player. So we can actually take all of these, but we're adding a new one that that hitting gate, touching gate. So yeah, this is all the same. We can just copy and paste the hitting T, hitting cross, and then all the way down to the node. We set up a node here, right? Yeah, okay. Now, so we set this up, right? I guess I didn't talk about this. Oh, well, because I don't do it here. Okay, well, I'll talk about it when we get to it. Okay, yeah, this is just making sure. Do I? Hold on one second. Okay, well, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something, but if it looks fine, it looks fine. Oh, man. I am hacking into the mainframe. How long ago was that? Oh man. Thank you for the comment that I just answered. This what is that? Yeah, I am definitely hacking into the mainframe. Okay. Let's see. If touching gate. I definitely feel like Hacker Man. Floating right equals false. If floating right, x minus, floating right. Yep, okay, okay. And then after all this, right, we're just still in this. Come on. Home stretch. If x is less than object ghost no dot x plus TL and x is greater than object ghost no dot x minus TL ghost state equals ghost state dot moving to path. Shouldn't there be a x equals object ghost no dot x here? This is a long one. Simple. Stay in the box until your countdown timer goes down. If it goes down all the way, then exit the box towards the node. Once you've reached the node, then choose whether you want to go right or left. Easy. Okay, now for this. This is the, this moving left, moving right, moving up, moving down. So what's fun is we can reuse this. We just have to change a few things that shouldn't be in the new thing anyways. So if we come in here, come back, just make sure we're not in a break. We're still in the switch statement. And then, now we only have two things to change. So if we press Control F, we can say player underscore state equals, right? Replace that with ghost underscore state equals, replace all. Now we have player state all caps dot, replace it with ghost state all caps dot. Oh yeah. Okay, well it's not exactly the same. Yeah. We just change this. If node and node delay less than or equal to 0. Is this all same? Yep, all that looks good. Except this changes to choosing path. So, oh. And this is out. But everything else is in, right? X and then Y and Y. Y and Y, okay. So I'm just gonna do this by hand so I don't mess this up. Delete that. Oh, no. Node delay. Delete this out. Choosing path. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Node and node delay less than or equal to 0. So easy, right? Hey everyone, just wanted to jump in with a few corrections, then I'll continue so you can see me make these mistakes and attempt to fix them, but I just want to do this because it's bothering me while I'm editing. First of all, up here in ghost state boxed, image index equals ghost data.index, not ghost data.image index. It corrected that for me and kind of passed it by. Okay, so ghost state moving left, ghost state moving right, all of those need to up top have the movement R reset, so just back to that. And the opposite direction needs to actually be the opposite direction. So if moving left, moving right, I think that's an issue with moving up and moving down. I did those incorrectly. And then finally, move speed, right? Here in the create event, we set move speed to be a fraction of global.moveSpeed. And then we don't actually use that, but we do need that for a few different reasons. So we're going to set X, Y, all of that to move speed, not global.moveSpeed. Okay, now I'm going to continue so you can see how I fix those mistakes live, but I just wanted to show that for now. Thank you. Okay. Now for a nested enum, nested switch statement. So we have those different ghost types, right? We can also switch ghost type to tell it what to do based on the different ghost types that have been assigned to it. So random type. right? This should be the easiest one to do. Copy and paste. Change. Let's do left, right, up, down. So we've seen this kind of functionality, me using this a few different ways lately. Yeah, I just creating an array, holding the different possible movements within that array, and then choosing one at random. Next, we have tracking. This is following the player. Same kind of thing, except this time we're tracking. Only add it if the x is less than the player x. So then we have the same thing. If node and is greater than, then can move right. Whoops. Let's make sure we're putting things in the right spot. Okay. And we have can move up, Y and Y. And finally, down. Oh yeah, and then we have this. Node delay equals node delay total if array length movement r is greater than 0. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. This thing again. Just copy and paste that. Go state. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, we never here, right? I forgot. Yep. Okay. We have to set this, right? Opposite direction. Opposite direction. Opposite direction. Opposite direction. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. Oh, why do I feel like this is going to error? Because I've been typing for a while. Not even done. Okay. Is this inside or outside? This is inside. Okay, good. That was smart of me. So yes, we're just going to copy this whole thing. Case ghost type tracking, right? Yes, okay. Oh, Oh, that's so nice. Oh. So this is running away, right? All we have to do is switch the signs. Right? Yeah, we're saying if they're farther, keep them far away. Okay. Just some kind of like globals to this step event. It's not really global, it's just local to the entirety of the thing. I don't know if that makes sense. We can copy this from the bottom, this thing right here, these two last lines, put these back in object ghost. I don't think the next part is necessary, but if it messes up, I'll know where to go. We never did. Oh man. Okay, I missed one in here. So right here, after case moving down, at least I'm remembering. There's just a lot of like tiny little functionality things, right? So in this, back to start, if y is less than origin y, y minus minus. Wait, if y is less, y plus plus. Else if y is greater than origin y, y minus minus. If copy this, paste it, change all the symbols to x, 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 x. There's usually 3 that I found. Okay. Oh, Whoops. Not minus minus. I remember I had to do this weird thing. Yep, don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because they're moving back so fast and from 2 different directions that like it can cross kind of in a weird way. Okay. I think there's only, yep, I'm closing in on it. Okay, let's set up collision with object player. So close. Yeah, whatever. Pretty self-explanatory. If powered up, send them one way. If not, send them the other. Let me double check. Object controller, object gate, object ghost eyes, object node cross, object ghost node. Do I not have that? Uh-oh. Okay. Yep, okay, just change the name of this. Object node ghost. Okay, perfect. That should take care of that issue. Okay, object node ghost. Pellet player power up. Okay. With all that done, we're ready to pop them in the room. Let's go down to the end of our create event in object controller. And I'm just going to hard code these because why not? There's only 4 of them. Okay. So yep, just created those instances at -75, -25, 25, and 75. Created the ghosts and then changed the ghost data to red, pink, blue, and orange for the different ones. Now, we just need a little bit more. If wind delay is greater than 0. Did we ever even end up using that? Oh yeah. So basically saying if you're out of pellets, no more pellets in the room, then restart. And the points stay the same, right? Because we did that in the game start event. Yep. Here we go, object ghost. Yeah, I don't know. Let me check my notes for... Yeah, that is so weird. I don't set... So weird, okay. Oh, like this? Set up brackets, ghost date equals brackets. Oh, that's the problem. Where is this? Object ghost, step line 46. Object ghost, step line 46. Image index equals ghost data dot index. Likely to be a few more of those. Okay. Countdown timer is not set in object ghost. Line 72. Line 72. Is it just this right here? That I made something equal itself? Yep, okay. Now let's just double check a few things in this create. Yep, all these indexes are 0. Made that mistake all the way at the start. Okay, 2, 3, 3. Okay. I gotta say, it's looking pretty good so far. Orange is getting stuck there. Oh, buddy. Buddy. Did I not? Sprite ghost. Middle center. What am I doing? Sprite ghost eyes. Middle center. What about sprite gate? Yep, that's all good. Okay. That fixes a lot. Okay, so I'm not going to play this until the end. I'm just going to go until they leave. All 4 of them leave. Oh, no. What's going on? Oh, I forgot to replace this. Okay. Just a bunch of small errors. Okay. I mean, that's the deal when you do this that quickly, right? It's bound to be few mistakes. Yep, that's a good sign. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. That's a terrible sign. Okay. So, yep, when I changed these out, the image angle never changes, first of all. So moving left, moving right, all that's fine, but the image angle never changes. That fixes the first one. The second thing to fix, it didn't appear to be hitting this wall or this wall. So let me check those. Yeah, I thought centering would fix it. Okay, that could be an issue with collision. Oh, that's disheartening. But most likely it's never reaching this choosing path, right? Or if it is, it's not picking up the correct ghost type. Let's go back and just make sure ghost type tracking goes tracking and random. So let's see, when it's moving, let's say moving left. If Yep, the node, no delays, less than. So it is moving right? So this is greater than node. It's less plus TL, right? Then we go to choosing path. Yeah, but it's like it doesn't reach it. Oh boy. Oh, so close. Hmm. Yeah, I need to debug, I guess, that one, because if it's just not reaching it. Okay, so they are choosing, so that's at least that's something. Um they're not being stopped. Yeah, they should never be stopped, right? It should only be okay. So let's watch this and look at this at the same time. So if can move left, right push into it, can move right. This right here? No, that should be fine. Okay, so it's choosing them. It's just not ever being stopped. Yeah, there seems to be at no point. Huh. Let's look one more time. Let's see if we can get any information about the way. Okay, so orange. Orange seems to be moving fine. Nope. Is it only up? They go off. Blue goes off. Nope. That's not just there. And let me just see if I can make the same motions in the same places. Huh. Oh! I know. Just everywhere here. We're not resetting the movement R. We're not clearing it, right? Yeah. Okay, so if this works, and the power-ups work, and everything else, I'm calling time. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, I just need to get this power up. Their eyes go back. The eyes go back, and they should blink. Once they start blinking and go back. I didn't do that right. Okay. Just going to do it again so I can clip the thing. So let me just make sure. Yeah, they can like go over each other and stuff. If you want like to put on collision rectangles between them, yeah, that'd be something to do. There's like one other bug I'm going to fix real quick. When they are moving left, moving left, it's -1. Oh wait, no, moving right, it's 1. Moving left, it's -1. Okay. Yeah, see, they like their eyes go back and forth properly now. I look over and I look at myself and I just look so tired. Okay. So on can capture, their eyes go back. Okay. Okay, that was a really long one. There was not a lot I could say about that. I don't know. I had a small error at the end, but I recognized it within like 5 minutes, so probably not worth redoing for that. I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna take a small like 5-minute break and then come back, and yeah, we'll look into making this into something more than this. So yeah, I'll be right back. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you need help or found an error, you can leave a comment or reach out through Discord, and I'll try to help. And if you found this content helpful, please consider giving it a like and sub. It really helps grow the channel. And if you want to see what happened after the speedrun, like how I implemented the scoring system, a timer, a start room, and a little cherry bonus on top, you can do that by becoming a member on Ko-Fi, link in the description. You'll also get access to my content archive, including speedruns that didn't quite make the cut. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.